Hello, hello, hello. We are live. And I'm KVD, by the way. I'm joined by the Irish champion, the man with the steel thumbs, Paul McNuggets O'Kelly.
How are you, Carell? How are you?
I'm feeling good. I'm absolutely looking forward to this. It's going to be a blast. Hopefully a close one.
Yeah, I can see this being an extremely close match between, as from my earlier commentary on a Yorkshire match, that he plays extremely solid. Firewaster will be a lot more kind of spectacular, but it will cause him to crash quite a bit.
It's another one of those matches, right, where it's the basically the Senna against Prost.
That is a absolute perfect analogy, and Chris is definitely Prost in that. There's a thing about analysing the game. Now we call Firewaster coach because of all the advice, but Chris quite literally dissects the game into so many little pieces and puts them all back, and it's
he has
fascinating.
He has a very methodical approach, and Firewaster just wings it, and he is very he has a lot of flair, but maybe too much for for being really efficient sometimes.
Well, from me playing Chris in the showcase that we done for this, if you make a mistake against Chris, he's not going to make too many. So then you start pushing yourself and it compounds and you make mistake after mistake after mistake. And he just plugs away solid. And there's no way back for you.
Okay, so you want to do the countdown in chat? We're doing this archaic Twitch chat countdown over here at SMK, because that's the way we roll.
Yeah. Well, the band cup the pushback cup is Star. What was our
surprisingly? Mushroom Cup, actually.
Mushroom is first up, okay. Right, so players ready.
This is one of the first times that Special Cup has not been banned, so thank you, Chris. YorkshireSMK, I should say, because that's the name on screen, but we all know each other, and his name is definitely Chris. And Guilherme, if we're referring to Guilherme, we're talking about Firewaster, the Brazilian, and this is also why Ayrton Senna is even more appropriate. We should be starting soon. It's like a 30-second lag.
Countdown has just been done. Quickly there for any of our Portuguese-speaking people, this match is also live on twitch.tv/SpeedGaming Portuguese with Portuguese commentary.
Muito bom.
Obrigado. That's the only word I know.
Yeah, I don't stretch much further either in Portuguese, so...
So on the left-hand screen, we have Firewaster. On the right, we have YorkshireSMK. And we should be seeing a start now and about now.
Yeah, here we go. No demo trolls. We're off cleanly.
Yeah.
So what's your prediction for this?
I predict this... Well, for this cup, I predict Chris.
Having said that...
Misses the zoom straight off.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm gonna call shame on that one. I don't want to throw shade at Chris, but the first track of the cup, you shouldn't miss the zoom start because you have a much more lenient window. Having said that, I've done it as well, obviously, but still, it shouldn't.
What's it? It's a A-frame window for first cup, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Had a near close encounter with Mario there, just barely managed to hop himself back around. But he's getting into his stride now.
So I'm expecting to see around a 745 from these guys. Mushroom
Cup. I think 745 will probably be fairly on the money, alright.
Ooh, Guilherme, off to a great start.
Very nice 48.
If he keeps driving at that level, we're gonna see a 720, but yeah, it gets harder from here.
And 56 from Chris after the miss zoom and a little bit of CPU trouble.
Yeah.
So 6 seconds, that's one mistake. Or one BC, one better.
That is one mistake or one item, pretty much. Yeah.
Zarkov has given a seal of approval for that MC1.
Zarkov approved.
So now we have a mushroom here for Firewaster.
Zarkov, who's been.
How
Sorry,
easy
yeah.
is this? Oh, he went for the long boost. I was gonna say the mushroom skip on this track.
It is the hardest one of the donut plains.
Of the three of them.
Jesus mushrooms. Like there's a Jesus mushroom, which is just using a mushroom to bounce on water to cross over a wall. On all the donut plains tracks, and this is the hardest one by quite a bit, I would say.
So I think Chris, from that long boost, I think Chris might have had a little bit of trouble himself. He's might have taken about a second back, but now Firewaster's really starting to push into a rhythm here.
Yep, but Firewaster already bled some time, having also missed the zoom start, and we get the shameful U-turn on the...
Yep, the wall hit.
We're just about even now.
Right up.
I hope that DP1 is not gonna go into Guillermo's head, because that was pretty bad for him.
And another wall hit at the end, just another bit of slowdown. So that's very, very close now, right now.
It's about 1 second minute.
Now second and a half, that's all.
Yeah. Exciting at least, yeah.
Oh, yes. So I think we should be probably expecting, well, for at least the first half of this race, I reckon we'll see both of them going for platform jumps.
I expect they go for 5-5, both of them. At least Guillermo will go for 5-5. Oh, Chris might want to skip it in lap 1 with the missed zoom there. Coach is going for him. Chris is not yet,
Chris
which
not going
makes
for him,
sense.
no. But the platform jump here does save you what towards about a second per lap. Oh, double wide! Going for the flashy mushroom.
We see the absolute difference in style, with Chris refusing to go for the platform jump altogether, and Guillermo just going for the double mushroom, which he has almost never succeeded.
I mean, that nearly brought us right back to complete level pegging, but Chris had some Donkey Kong issues.
As do we all, don't we?
Oh, yes. $59 for Firewaster. So that's about 3 seconds in it now, I'd say.
It's funny that they still sort of end on the same times.
Yeah.
So far, at least. So, yeah, these guys are on their last life as far as this tournament goes. It's a double elimination format, and Firewaster lost his match against me last weekend, and Yorkshire, who did he lose against?
I think it was Jarmu.
Oh well, there's no shame in that.
No, there was no shame in either defeat, to be honest.
Fair enough. Yeah, so Chris has been missing his zooms. That's an issue. Even on the first track of the... Oof.
It's better for Coach.
It's very big that he gets transported to the other side by Lakido though, because otherwise it would have been a lot more punishing still. Now it's sort of playing even. He almost nanoed himself, did you see that?
The nano himself, yeah. I kind of seen the banana just hovering over his head. I was going, was that snipe or was that his? I was going.
No, that was his own. He threw a nano and then proceeded to hit the zipper and just took over.
I think we would have needed to put another entry into the database for that.
If that happens, yeah. Honestly, I tell you what, that nano is in the way. It's in his driving lines. Maybe it's gone now, but if it's still there, you'll see. Yeah. Because you can sometimes... Yeah, he almost hit it actually. Because you swing out quite wide after that second zipper.
I just noticed there that Firewaster came into chat and said they started disqualification by being put over the other side.
Oh, no.
But it's only finish line skips where Lakido brings you over the line that result in an instant disqualification.
I pretty much can only see DQs happening on Rainbow Road, to be honest.
Yeah,
Which is already what happened so far in the tournament in the match with Eric against you, I believe.
it was indeed. It was indeed. And I wasn't even watching the screen. I had no idea. And I kept going on to rank out on Rainbow Road and do it again and then quit. And then be made play Star Cup. Cruel. Now we're on
I
to Mario
believe
Circle 2.
They're currently heading for like sub 8 pace, but barely.
Yeah. I've played a lot of time on this track over the last few days.
Yeah, so I guess you want to talk about the long boost mechanic a little bit then?
Yeah, the long boost mechanic is where you build your MBT, hit over the zippers, and then kind of hop. It causes you to bounce back, and it rockets you forward at zipper speed, and you can go through sand for quite a fair while. It's very, very tricky to do. It's not free.
Coach would argue otherwise, but he's not going for him, so he has no right to talk for now. I don't think we saw a single long boost in this particular match.
No, just to release the MBT.
I can imagine that. Last 751, Guillermo playing it safe for once, and it's paying off.
And just under the 8 minutes for Chris there. So it was an interesting first Mushroom Cup. So, but as I said, I think that's one that Chris probably needed to win.
I think so, yeah. But having said that, I think Firewaster can be a bit shaky on Star Cup as well. Which is probably why he didn't ban it. Because if you remember that Firewaster against Dan H match on Bowser Castle 3, Stuff of Legends, they both really struggled. So Chris, I don't think that'll ever happen to Chris, because he is too cautious for it.
Now, so we've got Special Cup next.
Interesting. Oh, but Star Cup is the cup that Chris banned. Never mind me.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Gonna see Special. Really cool. It's one of the rare instances where Special Cup is occurring in this tournament.
That's so great, yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. Gonna see some VL2. You know, my favorite track. It might not be the favorite track of these players, though.
Okay, both players ready. Preparing the menu stair as we speak. And we're done.
See a complaint from Zarkov in chat. So Zarkov.
It's going to be interesting now. We see a coach getting a mushroom. Will he go for the skip?
Oh yes, yes. I'll leave you the entire floor to speak about that if it happens. I'll just be silent and marvel.
Oh, we'll both be going with the shame now, seeing as though he said it was free.
Oh, we should probably yeah. Okay, it's done. Good.
I think Chris's stream there is just frozen. Yeah, it's coming out of it there now. There we are.
I see Chris pulling a Michael Phelps, having some stream issues indeed also. Right on the drown.
And some Koopa trouble now as well.
Yeah, he has to get his act together fast, because getting outranked pretty much loses.
Yeah.
I mean, it loses you the cup. Pretty much guaranteed. So you need to replay the entire track.
I've had that feeling a few times.
Yeah, so it happens when you are ranked worse than 4th as you cross the finish line of lap 5.
Dancing around Luigi there.
He's back in first though, so it's probably going to be fine. No shrooms yet on either side.
Last chance for a shroom.
Nope.
No, green shell.
Sadly. Well, there was almost a shroom involved.
Yeah, the wrong kind of one.
The wrong kind, exactly. It's an okay DP3 for Coach, aka Firewaster.
Yeah, it's a useful start, all right. Brazilian NG not up to the task today.
Is it ever? So, did you reward Firewaster with the little star, or are you not in the menu? Visa was asking that earlier about the score controls.
I had actually forgotten to.
Ah, okay. Well, but we do have access to it, so
Yes, we do have access.
from here on, we'll do it ourselves.
Yeah, I added one there. I jumped in. I didn't see the one. Hopefully it'll remove.
Okay, so Chris got a zoom star. That's big on this track in particular because the CPUs cheat.
Yeah, the CPUs are fairly lethal on this track. All right.
So they don't slow down in the shallow water. And you do, unless you got a boost. But that's not free either, because there's a fish blocking your path. It's quite complicated. So you kind of want to be into CPU traffic as little as you can. Oh, I think we have... I think we have 2 stars from Guillermo's screen now. So
yeah, it's saying only 1 on the score for me here. I pressed the -1, didn't come back off, so.
Uh-oh, but Chris is meanwhile... Oh, no, he's gonna rank it.
He's gonna make in, so.
He's gonna rank it. Good.
Safely in. So it's 1-0 to Firewaster at the moment for anybody who's joined us late. Your Irish commentator had a little bit of finger trouble.
It must be from all that boosting, Paul.
All that boosting, yeah, all that long boosting.
Good RNG for Mr. Firewaster here. The feather on goes 23, and I have little doubt that he'll go for it. Because it's beneath him to use the feather otherwise.
So you think he'll go for the finish line feather?
I would be shocked if he does that. It's
the shorter feather. Probably.
It wins like 3 seconds more than the regular feather, maybe 2.5, something like that. But it's a lot harder. The regular feather already wins a good chunk of time. Okay, we're back to 1 star on Guillermo now.
Star, yeah.
But since he's keeping it until lap 5, I'm having some thoughts that he might go for the finish line feather. That would be...
No. Oh.
Why?
Oh.
He pressed R instead of A. Okay.
That's interesting.
I've seen it happen before. Well, it's not what you want to see.
That feather gained him nothing.
No, it didn't. Well, it's sort of an equalizer. I mean, Chris got closer for sure. A couple of seconds.
That's one of Coach's lessons I'm not going to write in my notebook.
Do not try this at home.
Exactly. So Chris isn't exactly out with his cup yet, and mistakes can very, very easily happen.
Especially on this track.
Yeah.
Well, actually, having said, I think Rainbow Road is harder in Grand Prix.
Yeah, for me, the speed of Rainbow Road kind of throws me off, and I'm in time trial I can race it fairly consistently without falling off, but in Grand Prix, never.
I'm kind of the same because the straights are so narrow, and having them populated with double sets of twomps and CPUs.
Yeah.
Oh man, it gets hard.
If you hit a CPU kind of in and around a twomp, you've got twice the line taken off you.
Yeah, exactly. But Guillermo's driving pretty much flawless
very
VL2 here, so...
Having the mushroom there for safety as well, in case he does have a drown to regain speed.
Oh, that was...
Or using the mushroom to have a drown.
That
Nice.
was a sad nanner if I ever saw one. I think he tried the super circuit bounce, like finishing in the deep water. To the left of the finish line.
So now
So what does that mean?
Rainbow Road.
It's like 2 falls or 1 fall on a feather, the difference?
I'd say about that, yeah.
I think maybe it's a bit more even. Let's see
I
when
want to
he
keep an
starts.
eye when Chris starts, yep.
Yeah, so he's like
Probably about 13 to 14 seconds in it.
Yeah, that's pretty much 2
It's
falls.
actually more, 16 seconds to gap at the moment.
It's like 2 falls in the feather. It's not beyond the realms of possibility, but it's unlikely. And it requires a flawless Rainbow Road for Chris, which is no small task.
I'm looking at Coach there. He's definitely letting it hang out a bit. He's had to. Oh.
That's not his style, you know. You can feel that he's not comfortable with it.
No, I've seen a couple of times he's had to lift there.
He had I think he hit the brake button and he instantly crashed. Like, yeah, he doesn't know. It's. Oh, and now he's in trouble.
And again.
Yeah, because the CPU's pushed him off.
The one thing we have to say there is for the non-Super Mario Kart players, when you're driving at full speed, your control is a lot easier to anticipate, but at slower speed when you're building up, the kart physics just behave really strangely.
I tell you what, Paul.
Mistakes compounding.
Chris just overtook Guillermo.
Wow.
It's happening. He is throwing it away big time on Rainbow Road.
This is a choke of chokes.
Oh yes. He is Zarkoffing Rainbow Road like there's no tomorrow. He's probably not even gonna rank inside the top 4.
This is a bigger choke than an ex-president with a pretzel.
Meanwhile, he picks up a star. He's not gonna activate that star if he's smart.
And Chris takes the cup.
Chris takes the cup. I can't believe it. It's the comeback of the ages, man.
That was the tortoise and the hare, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. 148. Yeah, he can't be happy with that. So it's 1-1. Props for Chris for keeping it sort of clean on Rainbow Road. That's what he had to do.
I was so impressed I gave him the star straight away.
I kind of hope that Firewaster's not gonna let it get to him and just drive a clean cup or cleanish.
I'd reckon with Flair coming up now, it'll give him kind of a time to regroup.
Meanwhile, Firewaster is asking for the countdown to be done somewhere else. So you can do it privately.
Yeah, if they want to, if Lucy can do it in the WhatsApp group,
it's fine.
That'd be perfect. Yeah, that'd be perfect. It'll allow us to sit back and relax.
Yeah. Sit back and smile.
Yeah. No, I can understand that because the first couple of matches I done as well, when the monitor was on, you were trying not to look over.
Ah, right. Yeah.
So I found it distracting me. So what I do is I turn the monitor away, so that I can just focus on the game screen itself.
That makes sense, actually. Yeah, sure. There are some drawbacks to doing the countdown here, I suppose.
Yeah. There was some players as well that were actually listening to the commentary. And when you have about a 40-second delay there, it's going to be very, very confusing.
So, have we figured out the next cup is Flower Cup? It has to be, right?
Yeah, because Star Cup is banned.
Yeah. So, who do you think is the favorite for Flower Cup? After what we just witnessed on Rainbow Road.
After what we just witnessed previously, I would have said that Firewaster is the favorite for this. But if he's in any way tilted, Chris will take this.
I have a feeling it might be. Because requesting a different countdown method is not something you would do when when you're really feeling confident and happy. I think. I mean, it's still fair. Still fair enough, but
we've Sarah got in chat, so we can all world record now.
Double world record. Let's go. I tell you what, though, the one-player Grand Prix 150cc NTSC world record for Flower Cup is crazy. I just watched it because I had a particularly good run an hour ago, and Scoop gets a mushroom long boost on Choco Island 1. He gets a feather to finish with on Ghost Valley 2. He gets a mushroom to skip the wall and do the Jesus room on DP2. And he gets a feather on Bowser Castle 2. So beat that RNG. And that's on top of God tier driving, of course. So don't think that world record is going anywhere soon.
I thought they were doing this elsewhere.
Yeah, me too. They're doing it on WhatsApp, right?
Yeah.
So Scoop's Special Cup, 7 minutes 30 seconds, Sargoth.
I think they I had said for Lucy to do the chat. Okay, I'm talking about him here. I'm there now.
Okay. I'll let you figure that one out. So you were right. It was not going to be a 3-0.
Right. I have to do it here. Boat Reefy? Okay, boat ready.
Both are Reefy. Reefy to rough and roll. So we got a small delay on the next start, but it's happening soon, I promise you. For the Flower Cup to see who goes 2-1 up. And in the event of a 2-2 situation, the guy that wins the next cup gets to choose what the last cup is going to be. So it's important to win this next one.
It's a mixed bag, and it's something that brings a lot of strategy into it. I mean, because we've seen in yesterday's match, when the fourth cup was won. I'm actually not going to say who won what for yesterday's match because it was on SpeedGaming 5. It was Zarkov versus Deacon Erickson. I'd recommend people to go back and watch that match if you missed it. It was an absolutely cracking match.
It was indeed.
Well, I mean, if we have a situation now where it goes 2-2, I can see possibly Firewaster win this cup, Chris take and Star.
What is this though? Chris has missed the start on the first track again.
Yeah.
I think somebody needs to have a little talk with him. It's not necessary. And we got a mush.
Yeah, and Lafungo giving out the shame.
Yeah, Lafungo is always ready with criticism.
Well, on this he can, because he hasn't missed a Zoom start yet.
Sure.
With emphasis on yet.
I think that was a slightly sideways mushroom, but it's still one on time, so I'm going to count it as a normal long boost. 48, nothing to be sneezed at.
That's very nice. Well, if we were in doubt of whether coach is going to be tilted, I think we got a very strong answer from Brazil there.
Yeah, you're right, you know. It's he kept it cool. And he's back in business. He's not going to let one silly rainbow road get him off, get him derailed.
Apparently, Chris is saying that the 150 PAL battle mode games are the excuse for the missed Zoom starts.
So what's Guillermo's excuse for missing one just now? Ah, there we go. It's roughly 1 lap behind. There's nothing lost just yet, because I'm gonna be curious whether Firewaster is going to be brave enough to use the star. I don't think so.
I personally wouldn't, even though
No.
it makes you go faster. It also makes your kart near undrivable.
Like, the only reason I would even consider activating is it so that I could still pick up a feather, but the risk of crashing is huge. Yeah.
Yeah, on tracks like the Cooper Beaches or even the Choco Islands to a degree, you'll fire the star in a kind of wide enough area and you'll gain time. But on tight tracks like Ghost Valley and Bowser Castle, you'll just bring yourself straight towards the crash.
Style points for activating the star across the finish line, though, because then you see the cool victory round with Bowser flashing.
Now, gotta check a gap now.
So Chris is creeping closer.
Yeah, he got a bit back from Ghost Valley with a fairly cleanish run.
Yep.
And there's 7 seconds of a gap, and coach has just been mauled. Ugamole.
Guacamole. Meanwhile, the real mole, aka David Mole, is throwing shade in chat and asking why Guillermo didn't go for the finish line trick on Ghost Valley 2 because he has his R button. It's a deep burn.
Carell, there's something we've got a crash for coach there.
And we got a stream crash for Chris, meanwhile.
Yeah, it's a little bit down at the moment. Lafungo was mentioning there the extra lake boost. Is this where is that boost?
Oh, it's like if you do the first boost here,
yeah,
like Guillermo is doing now, then you can build a boost right away again and cut the grass immediately to the right of the lake. But in Grand Prix, it would be completely senseless to go for it.
Yeah, I'd hop and I'd kind of build an MBT to kind of stabilize myself slightly there. You know, I do a non-MBT hop and then just stabilize it.
Yeah, that's what we all did until like last month when Coach finally revealed the strat again. He actually posted a video of his former PR back in the day, but everyone ignored it. But it already contained the strat.
We're down to about 3 seconds in it now, it looks like.
Yeah. This is definitely a one crash situation. More push-ups for Chris though. He's buffing up for next CDM.
You'll have arms like tree trunks at this rate.
Yeah, absolutely. Unless he goes the Irish route and trades it in for one beer. Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. I'll cover all his push-ups with beer, so he can buy it though.
He needs La Plume to make things really interesting.
Oh, Auto Coach hitting a bit more Cooper trouble. I'm actually beginning to wonder, has that Ghost Valley 2 rattled him a little bit? Even though he got through it cleanly enough, he wouldn't have been happy with it.
No. I don't think Guillermo is easily satisfied with anything.
Yeah, and then having the couple of nasty hits on donut planes as well. So he just needs a clear race here.
He got turned around by the thwomp again, but we didn't see a feather for Chris, so The real equalizer didn't happen, but he is creeping closer. For sure.
But there's not much in it.
Actually, he lost a couple of seconds. IGT. In game time. Surprised to see that. Well, the finale, MC3. Talk to me. Prognosis.
Hate this track, hate this track, hate this track.
Is it the hairpin?
It's a mixture of the entire lot. It really, if there was a track that really hurts me thumb, it's this one.
Oh yeah.
I don't play this for long sessions MBT
It's
at
a
all.
finger killer, it's true.
And I've had so many really good TT runs in here where I've just went into trouble.
Guillaume is going for his incredible outside the pipes boost strat again after the hairpin. I think he's the only player in the circuit that does it, and it's pretty spectacular.
Yeah, it's an interesting one, Ari. Is that possible in PAL? Or
Grand Prix?
Yeah, Grand Prix.
Probably if you do one extra zigzag before the hairpin. You need a little bit of more boost time to build up, I mean. But then it should be possible, yeah. More boost, yeah. Where is my boost? Are they in the same lap?
I don't think so. Oh.
They are.
There.
There's one crash in it, I tell you.
It is close. One crash, yes.
There is one crash in
it. I know Firewaster did hit a couple of kind of very bad...
But it's not happening. A remarkable comeback from Chris.
This is close.
Oof. He couldn't afford to make one more mistake. Great stuff. Great stuff. That was absolutely brilliant.
We've got 8:44.99, 8:45.37. Can I just check with Lafungo, how did those timers stop?
Yeah, he just posted in chat. There's a 2-second difference between them. So it's a clear-cut finish.
Right,
still,
that's brilliant. That's
still
brilliant.
Nice.
Should I tell the players now? Well, actually, hang on. I will. There we go. He's got to start straight away.
This was a very big point for Firewaster because in the event that it does go to 2-2, he can pick what the final cup will be. And we get the dreaded Star Cup that Yorkshire wanted to avoid. Or at least push back. Did you expect this match to be this close, Paul?
Yes.
Excellent. I did not actually, but here we are.
Now, I got caught by the message spam.
Yeah. Happens to all of us.
That may look yeah. 5, 4, 2, 1.
I think they got it. It'll be funny if they just refuse to start because you skipped 3. It would be hilarious.
So I'm sitting here now and absolutely...
No, they just ignored it. Forget about 3. Excellent.
Thank you to the players. So now we go to the track with one of the most famous corners in the game.
Don't say it.
Yes, KBD corner.
It's a corner named after me, but not for good reasons. It's the last corner.
It's where you learn to swim.
It is where you learn to swim, yes.
Although, fish.
I will say that instead of Yorkshire, coach just decided to miss the first zoom start of the first race. It's so far we haven't seen a clean slate by both players on the first track of the cup at all yet, which is a little bit shameful. Just pointing it out.
Coach got onto his last lap, and now Chris is. So, water in the engine there for Chris. Quite a lot of it. 51.
But no one did the KVD crash, did they?
Nobody did.
You see, that's disappointing.
I jinxed myself earlier because I said I was going to go and do TT fast laps on this track. And I said I never go swimming at the KVD corner. I never fail that corner.
Oh, no, you should never say that.
I got over the line, beautiful. I released the first MBT, built the second one nice and tight. Non-MBT slide, beautiful. Building flat boost, perfect. Splash.
So the players will be looking for mushrooms and feathers here, and we get to see the long boost by Guillermo, but not quite.
Oh, the short and long boost by the wall.
That is one of the harder ones to set up.
Ghost Rider, thank you very much for the sub.
So what do you think about this track in Grand Prix?
In Grand Prix, I think personally it's a train wreck. Absolute train wreck. But then,
I'm inclined to agree with you, to be honest.
But then I have noticed that there are kind of you can't bully this track into doing what you want to do. You have to just ease back slightly on it and just take what the track will give you.
Speaking about train wrecks, Chris can't be happy with how he's being treated by the CPUs.
And he has one more lap. Oh, Invincible Luigi. Luigi really wanted to hit him badly there.
Still.
And Mario now.
Yeah. The brothers are after him. He's Bowser after all.
Wow. That happened to me previously, and it's not a nice feeling.
Playing Star Cup in 150cc generally isn't a nice feeling, to be honest. I'm surprised the Special Cup has been pushed back as much as it has.
Well, now that we see Coach has a nice lead here, he's got Feather to avoid a few CPU trolls. But if he's getting distracted by his monitor and he's not watching, any error he makes is going to make him push harder. So this mightn't be over yet. Especially with BC3.
Pretty big lead though.
Yeah, but only a BC3 mistake away.
And I tell you what, sub 50 on VL1 is
very nice.
very useful, as you like to say. That's good stuff. Look at the splits, regular, no big mistakes.
Chris coming up and I thought Mario was gonna cut. He got him. He got him.
The CPU are denying him a 2-2. I think it's not completely over, of course, because there's still Bowser Castle 3. But
what I do like what he done there is he didn't panic. He actually realized that he was literally down to no coins and picked up a few in case of a CPU hit cause a spin out.
I will say that personally, Chris comes across to me as someone that rarely panics when he's playing SMK. He just remains level-headed. Sometimes he does make mistakes, but he just keeps his head up and carries on. Which is a good quality, for sure.
I find the tactic of keeping calm while playing not to be easy.
I hear you. Absolutely. It's something I tell to myself before every World Championships. Okay, you guys just gonna stay calm, enjoy it, just a game, blah blah blah, and then in the thick of the action, you just get tilted no matter what happens, right? At some point.
Although there was discussions about our World Championships, and it was decided earlier that's going to be changed to SMK Olympics,
Yeah.
so that I can win on joypad javelin.
The tower high favorite in that, having experimented with it quite a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, SNES pads fly further than Famicom pads.
Especially after Bowser Castle 3 has been played.
Or Mario Circuit 2 for extended lengths of time.
Oh, they're getting 4 Twomp volts.
Oh,
I would say unequivocally the worst experience you can have in one-player Grand Prix is Bowser Castle 3.
yeah. Because
You
in
get
general,
to see the feather.
yeah, right.
Oh, it's a no air control.
Oh!
Props to Chris for. I
For
don't think
going
he
for
could
that with the
counter steer.
CPU.
He couldn't counter steer because the CPUs were there.
That was beautiful. I think the time needed to make up. I can't see Firewaster losing that much time. Oh, although spin.
I called
can't
that
see him
spin
losing that
out
much time.
the McNuggets because you were the first player I saw do that spin out, but I've seen it since a few times.
Yeah, I kind of spun out, hit the wall, and it caused me to come back around still with enough speed. I was just going, wow, weird.
That's typically what I say when NTSC red shells are involved. Wow, weird.
Yeah.
About 50% of the time, honestly. Yeah, but props for Yorkshire pulling off the feather in that situation. He wasn't at full speed, there were CPUs in the way, it was definitely a toughie. But he did it anyway.
It was kind of a do or die moment, and he went for it. Well played. I'd have went for it in that situation as well, but I'd have missed it.
Yeah, I'm doubting. I think I would have gone for the other feather. Like you can go for the feather before the zipper. As you approach the fourth wample, you can just go straight and just jump to the last corner. And it also wins a healthy chunk of time, and it's a lot easier. That's an NTSC only, though.
Yeah. Now, coach, no real CPU is going to cause him any.
No, it's over. Yeah. He wins the match.
Yeah.
Game, set a match.
Good game to coach there.
Sadly, that means that this tournament is over for Yorkshire. But I think he can be leaving the tournament with his head held up high.
He acquitted himself very, very well there.
Exactly. So a little applause for Yorkshire.
Yeah, definite applause.
Taking it into this bracket, loses round 3. And I tell you what, Firewaster is not an easy draw at this stage of the tournament. So very
No, not at all. Now I'm just doing the final control bits here.
Yep. So what does the bracket look like from here for Firewaster?
Firewaster to the place. He could play either Zarkov, Aaron, or Haryak.
Wow. Okay.
So
interesting.
Either of those. Well, to be honest with you, not being bad towards Harry, because he shows some very, very good Koopa driving. You'd have to fancy Aaron to come through that fairly quickly.
Realistically, that will be 3-0, and that's not throwing shade indeed. Yes.
No whatsoever. Zarkov against Aaron, whenever that match happens, will be well worth a match.
Absolutely.
Or well worth a watch. That'll be a crazy match. There won't be.
I predicted 3-2 there, actually.
Yeah.
I don't know which one.
And then whoever plays Firewaster, that'll be another great game. So quite literally, you've got a group of really matches of the decks really in the elimination bracket. I'm looking forward to those matches.
Are we gonna invite any of the guys over for an interview?
I've clicked done on the on both of them, so they
might be appearing soon.
Yeah,
if they feel like it.
I reckon Firewaster will probably go and talk on the Portuguese stream. But
apparently we have 10 minutes.
Excellent.
So hopefully one of them will show up soon.
Yeah. So I've sent the invites there. Just check there now.
So we have a little window to talk about all the time trial activity of this week.
Yeah, I think what was there was 7 people updated PAL and there was 17 people that updated NTSC. It's been a extremely busy week.
And one player that just steamrolled into the top 100.
Yeah, as he's now called, Hurricane Ethan.
Hurricane Ethan, indeed.
Which was amazing. He was 99. Now he's predominantly a Mario Kart Super Circuit player. But he took over 50 average finish points. Literally cut his average finish in half. Which was, I was kind of looking, going, "You're not human, dude." That's it's taken me a year to get from kind of a similar position to where you just jumped within a week. Actually, it was within probably the space of 5 or 6 hours today.
Yeah, well, there is a couple of contributing factors there, of course, because his real rank was obviously, his real skill level was already higher. He just had a few times that he completely neglected, which dragged his average finish down like a lot.
Yeah.
And
apparently, Chris, they're having Wi-Fi problems, which probably seeing some of the stuttering we had earlier. So it's just a quick Q&A and chat there. Yeah, Chris, fabulous game, well played. Tournament's over now, but how are you feeling about the whole experience? That was a really, really enjoyable game.
Yeah, I agree. I thought it was. I honestly thought it would go 3-2 after Special Cup happened. Yeah. But I think if Ethan keeps playing, like before Chris provides an answer in chat, I think if Ethan keeps playing, because he has like a 1091 flap or something on MC1, that indicates that he can just
he's down that way. I think it's 1093.
I think he can just blaze into the top 30, no questions asked.
Chris has said it's great experience and great fun. I'm definitely looking forward to the next tournament now in the future and the rest of the games here.
So how did you feel about that Rainbow Road, that unlikely Rainbow Road comeback, Chris? Because you were, I don't know, 20 seconds behind when we started Rainbow Road. I didn't think Firewaster could Zark off it that much. Pardon my French.
I'm looking forward to watching that back again.
I don't think Guillermo is going to ever watch that back, to be honest. And I wouldn't blame him if he doesn't.
It's probably just as well he's going to have a bit of time before the next match now to get over that tilt.
Mm-hmm.
So Chris says, pleasure to partake, great to improve, and great to watch others.
Yeah, and there'll be plenty of opportunities to watch others, including roughly 1 hour from now. In the winners bracket, there's Lafango against Jarmu happening.
My absolute apologies. I forgot that match was on tonight. Oh my god! I thought
it's happening.
I thought that was Tuesday. Right, this is going to be one of the best matches you're going to see. Now, I'm not going to say that there's any beef between these two players. Now, nothing actually personally, but in 2019 World Championships, Sophie Jarmui, champion of Belgium, absolute legend and wonderful player, finished 10th at CDM and just pipped Lafungo out. Where was Lafungo? 11th or 12th?
11th, yeah.
He was
2
11th.
years in a row, I think. Or maybe 12th.
The heartbreak and anguish was terrible. He is out for revenge. He is out for blood tonight. Honestly,
Lafango was way more shaken the year before, when he basically threw the top 10 because of a group stage match against Matt Ballar in Grand Prix. final day.
It was a barrage or something, wasn't it? In the end, he
No,
went.
no, it was like at the end of group stage, he had to play map ballard, and on Cooper Beach 1, he thought he had won, so he did a victory finish at the end of lap 5, but it was lap 4. So he lost Cooper Beach 1, proceeded to lose the match, and that made him have to play barrage. And if he had avoided the barrage, he would have been top 16 and thereby top 10 by default.
Yeah, I think he lost that match to Christian Wilde, didn't he?
Exactly, and then on top of everything else, he met Christian Wilde, who has no business whatsoever in the barrage.
Yeah.
Like, can be a top 4 player in Grand Prix, so yeah, he got really screwed over there.
So we've got 2 years tilt brewing into this match.
Yeah.
So we are due to be on the main Speed Gaming channel, but we might set up a Speed Gaming pay-per-view channel just for this match. This is an unmissable match. You definitely have to join us for this one.
And also, Chris answered the question about what he felt about that Rainbow Road comeback, like regarding RR. So Rainbow Road, the game is tough, so anything can happen.
Yeah,
and Guillermo drove a great VL1, which I agree with. Is very good stuff. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm getting the popcorn ready for an hour.
Yeah. Thanks for doing commentary with me, Paul.
Yeah,
and,
thank you. Really enjoyed this one.
Yeah, it was a good match. Another classic. And let's wait.
Lots more to come.
Yeah, including tonight's match, which I think will be pretty interesting indeed.
Yeah, it's definitely people have to join us for this one.
All right, man. Take care.
Yeah, all the best, everyone. Take care and see you later.
Later.
Bye.